Hello guys, this is Hassan from HTFX and welcome to another video, okay? Now, today I want to talk about, of course, like always, Elliot wave theory. However, I would like to talk about sometimes when trading, you see certain patterns that happen, and during these times, what you do is instead of trying to go back all the way to make counts, you try to salvage something from a certain pattern and try to play with the scenarios to make an educated guess. Okay, and this is sometimes is effective if you know when to use them, and of course, but however, it is always better to start your counts from absolute zero if you have the historical data for it. Now, when we talk about the US dollar, Canadian dollar today, I want to stress one thing that I have a larger count on this pair, which if you look at my previous video, I'm sure you can see. But today I will focus on something smaller, okay? Now, in here, I think we have a triangle. Now, I didn't draw this triangle in Elliot perspective. I did um, draw this triangle a little bit more on the classical sense, by which I mean you can see that this is the um, support levels, and these were the resistance levels. Okay, and now it was this fake break and then come. Okay, now whenever you have this, what you should look for is usually something like this. Okay, now in a situation like this, you could have said to yourself, okay, look, this was resistance, 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 now resistance broken, and it's retest. So can this be a buy? Well, would you just buy off just from this? Well, in theory, you can, but would should you do it? I don't think that's very viable option, even though it can prove to be a right trade. But what I would rather do is instead of this, I would like to look at it in a different perspective, okay? Now, so rather than labeling like this, what I will do is something a little bit different, okay? Now, what I am looking for here is this. If we have a wave A here in a different, okay, if we have the wave A here and we have the wave B here, it means that we can now we are looking for a triangle. It means that we should have a C wave. Okay, now the C wave can be either here or here. You may ask yourself, but I will show you why it should be here rather than here. But then the D wave, okay, then the E wave. Now, whenever you're going from a classical approach of a triangle to Elliott wave approach, there are some rules that you have to be specifically careful about. Number one being this. Now, look at this. This B to D trend line cannot be touched by the part of the wave C. Okay, so in here it does close, but it doesn't do that. That's good news for us. So this is why the real triangle, according to the Elliott waves, should be like this. B. So this point here that we before identified as support, as resistance, it's no longer valid for us. Okay, so we have the wave A, wave B, wave C. Now wave C, okay, it doesn't have to end here, it can end here, and from this AS part of A and C can touch this, we don't have any trouble. And also we don't want, unless we are looking for a limiting triangle, which in this case this is a non-limiting triangle, we are looking for A and C trend line to be not clean anyway. So it is nice that we have this here. It is also nice that we have the E wave touching it, okay? Like well, some part of it breaking it, okay? So if the E wave ends somewhere around here, it means that this triangle must finish something that on a larger degree, which is good, according to this count, obviously, if it's true. Now, what does this mean? Well, this means that after here, something should start, okay? Now, you may ask yourself, okay, what can start? Well, because we don't know the past, we cannot make an educated guess about what can start, but we cannot no, that's a wrong sentence. We can have an idea, but we cannot narrow it down, okay? Because if we knew, for example, we were in a B wave of a flat, we would know that after the B wave of a flat, we know that a C wave starts of the impulsive move. It can either be a terminal move or a classical move. Okay, we would have only two options. Now, because we don't have so much about the past on this particular count, it means that we have to think about all of the options. Okay, so I hope this makes clear. So what the market does after this? Well, we have a couple of options. Number one, this being the wave A to the upside. Now, this can either be something like this, A, B, and C, or something like this and something like this, but I would rather think that this is only a wave A, and whatever we are doing, whatever I will just show you, it will be something on one smaller degree, something like this. So A, B, and a C wave. Now, what is this A, B, and C? Well, it is a zigzag, okay? Why I think this is a zigzag? Well, look at this. And just a second, let's be sure that we are in the right place. This is the high, okay? Let's get rid of this. And if I copy and paste it here, we have the C wave should end somewhere around here, okay? Which is good. The time, because the time taking for wave A and C should be similar. Okay, that's cool. Now that we know this, we have some options. You can ask yourself this, okay, does this A, B, and C ends something? So does this end here or no? So what I mean, does this A, wave A on red, is it a simple correction or a complex correction? If it's a simple correction, it has to do something. And that something is this. You have to draw the 0 to B trend line and take the time taking for wave C to form, and you project it on the right side, and you expect the price action to come back and break to 0 to B trend line, which it does in due time. However, it doesn't come back all the way to the B wave. Thus, we don't have a simple correction. What we have here is a complex correction. Now, because we don't have a simple correction, you cannot put the wave A here. You have to put it on the right side. Cool. Now, if that's not the end of the wave A on the red, where it can be? Well, we can have a wave X wave here, because if it's not a simple correction, it has to be a complex one. Now, after this, it's actually interesting. You can say something like maybe A, B, C, D, E. That's up to you. Maybe you're thinking like this, which is no problem. Or it can be something like, I don't know. This pattern in itself does actually look like a triangle, but it is actually looking something like A, B, and C to me. However, maybe on a one lower degree or something, I'm sure we can find a triangle here as well. But either way, the point is actually, let's write like this. So we either have an ABC in a in the form of a zigzag, and then we have an X wave, and we either have a flat or a triangle. Now this is pretty much up to you. If you think that this pattern after the X wave resembles you a triangle, okay, first of all, I can see that many people think a triangle like this, okay, which is cool. It does look like, yes, but uh, the way we did the count, it is not how it is. But either way, so I think it's a flat. I think it does look more like a flat. If that's the case, by the way, what kind of flat it is, if you ask yourself, this is a flat with a C failure, which shows a countertrend strength, which it does here, so it rolls over. So what I would do next, before making any more options for myself, what I would do is, where does this wave start? Well, it starts here. And where does this end? Okay, so in my book, it ends somewhere around here. If that's the case, we should have a Fibonacci from here to the end. Okay, and let's try to find some of the Fibonacci ratios here, and do they work or no? Okay, that will somehow help us to make to give us, like, are we in the right place or no? Okay, so these are the ones that I usually use. These four. Well, actually, we can use 0.236 as well. Okay, now the next thing for me is this. So if that's the wave A here ended, it means that where I am is I am in a B wave. Now, the thing is, I know that I am in a B wave, and the next thing that I know is B waves are 100% of the time are corrected. So if I want to count the B wave, when I go 1 degree down, in our case is yellow, I will not even try to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this degree. Okay, whatever I am looking for is nothing but a corrective wave. Okay, so 1 degree lower of this B wave has to be an ABC. Okay, since it can be ABCDE as well, because you're in a D wave. So now that I know all of this, what should I do? Well, what I would like to see is this. Now, this is how I like to use Elliot wave with others. Now, this is our triangle. Okay, this was the triangle of Elliot wave. And now I would like to use the classical triangle in a different color this time to try to understand more this where we are and when we are not. Okay, so let's try to find something that actually does make sense. So um, in here, let's try to go something like this one. Okay, now here is the market is use this opportunity to be a resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. Now, and actually broken here, and then the first support was here. So it touched one time, it touched second time, third time, and if what I would like to see here, what I would do, first of all, this is just only an example. What I would like to do is this. I know that we are in a B wave, and we already established that this is one of the ratios that we use, and I already showed you where they come from, and these ones, of course, all the other ones as well, not just this one. So this one, okay, I cannot copy this, just a second, and 618 as well. Okay, so these are places that I would be looking for myself. Okay, now right now the market was almost touched 80%, and we are on 0.8, and we are on this trend line, and I know from the fact that we are on we are actually going on the B way, which I know after this it should start, if this count is what should start, is a C wave. Okay, so but I'm not forgetting the fact that this B wave can actually go all the way down. It would still be correct. So what I would like to also to see is I'm not forgetting this line as well, because there's a chance that we made this triangle hole wrong, and you can make a different triangle within this reach. Okay, so I'm not forgetting this. So this is where my absolute stops would be. Okay, so you can that's after this it's up to you. You can, for example, you could have taken a long here and another maybe on 100%, or you would think, okay, this is a double top, something like this. And these are the stuff that you can play with. You can average it, you can use ATR to have some little bit ideas, or you can just wait here to be safe. That's all up to you. This is all about how you're looking for strategy. How is your strategy and your trading style is. But what I also like is that we have this little bit divergence, but I would have liked a little bit more if we were on actually on this oversold conditions, but we are close to it as well. So this is why um, all of these things, if it combines and makes sense for you, okay, then you should create your strategy based on using all of these together. Okay. So I hope this makes sense, guys. And I would like to see you all on the next videos, okay? And please do not take any of these things that what I've been talking about as a financial advice, okay? I'm just trying to educate all of you, and it's important to fact that just don't go out and just listen to anyone blindly, okay? Most of the people here, including myself, do not have this professional license or something, so we don't have the right to give anyone financial advice, okay? So don't take it. If you want to take something like financial advice from anyone, it should be some professional bank or institute or whatever, okay? But in here, what you can only learn is how to use certain trading methods and approaches, okay? So thank you so much, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.